We're going to continue building our drum set sound. We're starting off with the kick drum as our foundation with the D6 microphone. We're moved on to the I5 on the snare drum. We've added stereo overheads with the ADX51. These are pencil condenser diaphragms to give us more of a full sound. What we want to do now is fill in the middle with the toms, with the D-series microphones, which Mike will talk about.
The D-series are specifically designed for toms, and like the I5, like the D6, they have a specially designed frequency response curve that is tailored to what a tom-tom needs to sound good. It's essentially what the sound person live would do with the EQ to make the drum sound good. So here I'm using D2s on the rack toms. That's a very common usage. Like the snare drum, there are two positions. One is, as you can see, the center of the mic is pointed towards the center of the drum. That's going to accentuate the fundamental pitch of the drum and minimize the decay or the ring of the drum. This position, I'm going to get a little more bleed from the other tom-toms, definitely from the snare drum and a little bit from the cymbals. If I want to minimize that bleed, what I'm going to do is just simply point the mic down towards the edge of the drum. This will reject some of the sounds nearby and will give us more of a ringy sound. This is a good position for jazz gigs, jazz style sounds, something where I need a little more nuance and want openness to the sound of the tom.
And I noticed that you're using the D-vice, which Audix provides for clamping onto the rim of the drum and making it really easy to position these.
Oh, absolutely. One of the big pains in the butt, if you will, live is all the mic stands are getting positioned and the messiness they create on stage. Here, these simply just clip onto the rim, any standard triple flange or cast rim. They have versions, too, that'll work with some of the more advanced or newer design of rims, too, like Z rims and whatnot. Here's what the toms sound like with the mic pointed towards the center of the drum, again, to accentuate the fundamental pitch.
That definitely gives it a more full sound of the actual drum.
Absolutely does. Now I'm going to point them down slightly towards the rim of the drum where all the ring of drums comes from, and that's the high frequency content. And let's hear the difference. Less fundamental, more high-end ring.
Hear more of the overtones in that situation.
Absolutely. The D4, again, has a specially tuned frequency response curve built into it. It's perfect for floor toms. Now, floor tom positioning is a little bit different than rack toms because they have so much low end and so much ring generally. You can see it's pointed towards the center. This is pretty much the position I'm going to use all the time, and you'll hear the difference. So this is with the mic towards the center of the drum. A lot of fundamental, minimizes the ring of the drum. As you can see, it's a pretty ringy drum. Now listen what happens when I put the mic towards the edge of the drum. That ring is going to become uncontrollable. It's not a good thing. This is why you want to position the mic pointing towards the center of the drum. The D-series mics are also hypercardioid. That means that their pattern or pickup pattern, what they focus on, is very tight and narrow towards the front of the mic. This will reject sounds around it, like in this case, the ride cymbal and the snare drum.